want to have a good life. Yeah, you want to see good days ahead of you, just loving life. Sounds like a commercial for Freedom 55 or something like that, doesn't it? But actually, it's Peter. Peter's talking about going through trouble, how to handle trouble by handling them. I mean, how to make it work for you, not just surviving it. How to make it work for you, like a lion handler or a lion tamer. And remember, he's hit the whole context of First Peter is suffering and going through hard things, and he's there's some people that are going through it already, but there's big trouble coming, and he's saying you got to be like Christ. Don't be like the evil people. Don't be like Christ. Don't revile when you're being reviled. Grace be to you. Peace be multiplied to you. In the midst of all these things, right? In these things, like Paul said, you are more than conquerors through Christ. So that's the context of the whole thing. Don't be a jerk when all around you are jerks. He's saying this. Finally, and now every preacher says finally before they're done. Anyway, Peter says, finally, all of you have a unity in mind, sympathy, brotherly love, a tender heart, a humble mind. Lots there. Do not repay evil for evil or reviling for reviling. I mean, even the pagans do that. They treat people the way they get treated. You know, they look at it that way. No, he's saying go beyond that. Bless those. He says, on the contrary, bless those who persecuted you. For to this you were called, that you may obtain a blessing. You want the blessing? Act this way. And then he goes on, he says, whoever desires to love life and see good days, here's how you do it. You keep his tongue from evil and his lips from speaking lies or deceit. Why? Well, it says, let him turn away from evil, do good, let him seek peace and pursue peace. Why? Because for the eyes of the Lord are on the righteous, and the ears are always listening to their prayers. But the face of the Lord is against those who do evil. That's 1 Peter 3, 8-12. That little word for the eyes of the Lord, it's very much like the word likewise or therefore. It's like a springboard of goodness. It's you springing into, what it means. This one, in this case, it means because of or because. So we're to seek peace. We're to pursue peace, like really go after it. Why? For or because the eyes of the Lord are always watching, and he's watching the righteous and he's listening to their prayers. It's not like, oh no, he's watching me. What am I going to do? We're not afraid of judgment in that sense. We just want to, because we know he's watching, we want to live grateful lives for all that he's done for us. I mean, think of it. And we know he's watching us. We're not afraid of judgment day in the sense of, we're going to be kicked out or something. What we fear is that we would maybe displease him or disappoint him. So we get that he's watching us. I mean, when we get there, all we're going to hear from him because of Jesus, we're going to hear, I could hardly wait. Welcome home. Way to go. You're here. That kind of thing. And then we're not going to be judged harshly by being kicked out or anything like that. So he's saying, we don't want to cross the mercy of God. It's one thing, Charles Spurgeon said, it's one thing to cross the judgment of God. Quite another thing to cross the will of mercy of God. The mercy of God, that's deep. It's like when we're going to receive all this mercy, all this grace, and we're not going to do anything with it, live lives that are just full of his grace and his mercy and doing good, and all the beauty and the greatness and the grace toward us should compel us to live compelling lives. Stop all our sniveling and whining and backbiting and complaining and grumpiness and pointing the fingers at people and wagging our fingers in our heads. Stop that. You want to see good lives? You want to love life and see good days? Live in blessing. Seek peace. Pursue peace like a hound dog pursues a rabbit. I remember being on a cougar collaring hunt when I was a journalist, and we went into the Chilcotin with a biologist who they hired this team of hound dogs from Williams Lake, and including this one dog. His name was Jake. And old Jake, man, everybody else of the team of the dogs were after the cougar. They were going for the cougar. And then there's Jake. And every time Jake would be like, he'd be running and he'd see like squirrel or rabbit or something. Poof, he'd be going off in some other direction. Fortunately, at the end of the day, we heard this sound. And the biologist said, well, there goes Jake. What? I would have taken him. Jake just pursued everything except the cougar. You know, and God saying, listen, you pursue. This is what Peter says, pursue peace. Know what you're going after. Don't pursue all the other stuff. Go after peace. Pursue peace, and you'll be blessed. You will live in a life of good days, and you'll love life. You want to see good days? You want to love life? Live in peace and live in blessing. Live in the mercy and the grace of the Lord Jesus Christ, who gave his life for us.